So I am so excited to be talking to Miss January of the 2026 Circle calendar.
Yay.
Yay!
Uh-huh.
And so this is none other than Sharon Armstrong. So Sharon, how old are you, first of all?
65. I
65
am
is a good number.
finally
Yes, yes,
made
65.
it.
And you know what? And I always say I'm never ashamed to share my age
Mhm.
because we're after COVID, we're just to be excited about that we're still here living on this earth. Do you
Exactly,
know?
exactly. Because, age is just a number. It's
Okay.
how
People
much,
say that a lot, but do you feel like
no, no, it's how much life you put into the age.
yes, that's
Okay?
making the dash count. Making the
That's
dash
right.
count.
That's
I
right.
love that. I love that.
It's like, so somebody can live a long time
Okay.
and
But
have
the
a very blank life.
right.
But as we age, as we
Uh-huh.
get older,
Okay.
it's no longer getting older, it's how much life
Right. Are you
you
living?
add to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I seen a really good, and I'm sure people have seen this before. I seen a really good advertisement, and there was two men, and one was getting up, tying his shoes, and his little grandkid was waiting for him to take him outside and throw catch.
Hmm.
And then there was another man that shared the same age, and he had like somebody feeding him. He was in a nursing home with his feet up, same age.
Right.
So how are you making your dash count? Because
Right.
I always say, are you living or are you existing?
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? You're just
Exactly.
existing. Somebody come
Existing.
got to come and take care of me. Somebody got to do this. Somebody, and a lot of that stuff we can take care of. So anyway,
Hmm.
because I have want to talk with you because your profession is, I mean, you went to IIT.
Yes.
Everybody ain't getting into IIT. I just want y'all to know that. You went to IIT, going to be a doctor. So tell us a little bit about your background, Sharon. You're 65 now,
Hmm.
and what you're doing and all that. Just I don't even have to ask any more questions. Just roll with it.
Okay. Well, when I was younger,
Okay.
I played emergency room all the time growing up.
You were the doctor?
I was the doctor. Exactly. I was on this
Okay.
fast track to
Okay.
do medicine.
Okay.
And then I got to my last year of college and I went, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay for medical school?
Uh-huh.
I don't have any money. I don't know where to get the money.
Okay.
Okay, let me see what's going on out there.
Okay.
So I looked out into the world and I saw computers.
Uh-huh.
I thought, hey, I could do that. Besides, those things are not going to take over my life. Never.
Okay.
Okay, I got to learn what those are.
Uh-huh.
And so I went out and I got a computer science degree.
Okay. Okay.
So just when I was about to graduate
Uh-huh.
with that degree, um, I found some medical students who were going to go to the College of Osteopathic Medicine in Texas.
Okay.
I crashed the party
Okay.
and went with them. And that was
You
where
are adventurous way back then. I know I'll tell about how we met. Yeah, you were adventurous way back then. Go
yeah.
ahead. Uh-huh.
So I went with them and I was introduced to what made osteopathy different from a regular MD
Okay.
um, degree. And
Okay.
they add manual massage therapy and chiropractic.
Okay.
So that's what makes them different because
Okay.
they do this a hands-on
Uh-huh.
portion.
Uh-huh.
And so I thought I could do that.
Okay.
That's I can do
That
that.
sounds good. Right,
And,
right.
and so I went.
Okay.
I came back and they told me, well, you can't come to medical school just for this, but there is a great massage school in Chicago. So
You
I
weren't living here
yeah
oh, you were.
yeah,
You're living in
I
Chicago.
was
Okay.
living in Chicago at that time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so I came back from Texas and I found the School of Massage Therapy.
Okay.
I went there. They put me through a week's training, and at the end of the week, which would decide whether I'd go through the program or not,
Okay.
they
Hmm.
said, "Sorry, you would be bored in our program."
Really?
Yes. It's like
Okay.
because you have the background and you have the techniques. It's just a matter of going out and practice and
Uh-huh.
joining the professional group,
Okay.
which is what I did. And I've been doing it ever since. It
Okay.
started out as a fun hobby,
Uh-huh.
and then about 5 years later, I was in an auto accident.
Okay.
And that morning I decided, wow, if I had passed, I wouldn't have really enjoyed my life.
Wow. How old were you then?
I
You're
was,
married with your children at this point?
yeah,
Okay.
I was 32. I had my first daughter,
Okay.
and she, I had just dropped her off at the daycare
Okay.
and went on the interstate. And just before I was getting off for work,
Uh-huh.
I heard, bam! And
Okay.
I thought, somebody's having a bad day. And the next thing I knew, I was like looking up, going, why are those people running down towards me?
Really? They didn't knock you out? You didn't even realize what happened.
Where,
Wow.
where's the back of my car? I'm like,
Wow. Wow.
oh, I'm the one having the bad day.
Okay.
So,
Oh, wow.
there were some off-duty, who are the firefighters.
Okay.
I mean, God provided everything.
Okay.
They dismantled the car, make sure that nothing would ignite.
Right. Right.
Got the ambulance over, took me to the hospital,
Okay.
and yeah, the doctor said, well, based on your injuries, you could possibly not walk again.
Wow.
Now,
Wow. That's bad.
now
Yeah.
he had no idea who he
Right.
was talking
Right.
with.
Right. Obviously.
No idea. It's
Uh-huh.
like this little Jamaican woman went,
Uh-huh.
that not happen, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No.
32, one child.
Yes, and
Husband,
it's
the
like,
whole
wait a
bit,
minute,
right.
I've got a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
What do you mean
Oh my
I'm not
God.
gonna?
Yeah.
She's gonna be taking care of me.
Right.
No,
Right.
that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Fast forward to where you like realize I'm gonna take control of this. And
exactly,
I'm gonna get it together.
and that was where I decided if I got up and walk again,
Right.
I would do the massage full time. Just
Okay.
that way I have time with my daughter.
Right.
I won't be on somebody else's clock. Best decision
So
I ever
many
made.
people, yes, on somebody else's clock, yes, but we do what we have to do.
Yes.
So you've been massaging because she's been several times with our circle groups that we have with all of the women who are 60 plus, and she'll lay out her table, and we have like a little divider and all of that, and she does massages, and everybody looks forward to her coming from the suburbs where she lives, coming to the city where we are. Is Sharon coming? Is Sharon coming? Because she is so good at it. And so me and my husband, we went out there before and each had a massage. She is so good at it. But she's been doing it for how long?
40 years this June.
40 years. And so now transitioning into you're 65 years old now.
Right.
You're transitioning into this whole speaking career.
Yes.
There'll be more information on her about that. and so doing some of that. So tell me what are you planning on doing as far as teaching it now?
Okay, so
modalities and all of that.
Yes, that has been a difficult track because people would say, "What do you call your massage?" And I say, "It's an experience."
Okay.
I don't know. It's a culmination of everything that I've learned and my heart. And the heart on how it delivers. It comes in here, comes out,
right?
And you are encouraged to get back into and love your body.
Right.
That is my goal. Is for everybody to remember how wonderful it is to be in their body, to be in life. To really enjoy this journey. And know they have more control over themselves.
So I have to share this. Sharon, I've had a couple of massages done by her. All of the people, everyone loves doing the massages with her. And I had gone out of town and I hurt myself and fell in the hotel, and I hurt my shoulder and I bruised my shoulder. And my shoulder has been like terrible for like the last 2 years. So I was telling her about it, and she walked me through it, and she did something. And as soon as she did something, how you hear a pop, but it wasn't a pop. It was like, like a flush, like everything had been building up here in my arm, and it flushed. And beforehand, for 2 years, I couldn't lift my arm up past here. This is how far I could go. And after she did that, whatever she did and knocked it out, I went to bed. I woke up the next morning and I did this. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, a miracle. And that's what my husband, I said, I'm going to book you an appointment because he's like this and stuff. So I just say that I know that you're good. And so, but after 40 years of using your hands, that's a lot.
Yes.
And doing massages regularly. So your transition into helping others know how to do this,
That's
I think
right.
that's brilliant at this age and stage, still at our own time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would be a shame for me not to share with other therapists
Right.
just how I go about delivering service.
Right.
And in actuality, most of it has been my own personal growth
Right.
time.
Right.
How I look at the body
Yeah.
is the body is energy.
Gotcha.
And taken from that vantage point, it makes it easier.
Okay.
And hopefully we will have more therapists who will have longevity in the business.
Right.
Because still, from the time I started
Right.
till now, the average life of a therapist is roughly 8 to 10 years.
Wow. And you've been doing it for 40 years.
And I've been doing it for 40.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sharon, tell us a little bit more about what you're planning on doing, because you're going to be speaking soon, right? You're going to
Yes.
South Carolina to speak. Tell me what that's all about.
I'm so excited about that. You see, it's the Powerful on Purpose Summit.
Okay.
It's held a couple times a year in South Carolina.
Okay.
And this is going to be maybe my fourth or fifth time speaking.
Okay.
And
it's like a TED Talk kind of thing, but it's actually a seminar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it is such a great time to meet people from all over the country. We come together through Zoom meetings weekly. Okay. And then to meet in person, it's going to be fantastic. Okay. And then I get to talk about what I intend to do for 2026. Okay. And I have refined my program that I've developed, my framework for teaching massages and to fellow therapists. Right, right. But what I also found out as I'm doing this, that framework is my life.
Yes,
you know,
it's not
it's not just to teach somebody a technique. Right. This is a way of life, a way of thinking, because I map nature on top of the learning. Okay. And it's just so easy. I call it CALM, calm. Okay, I love that. Don't you like that? That's kind of cool. What's the acronym for? What's calm? So C is for the clarity of making your goals. Okay. You know, so C is for clarity, and then A is for alignment. You align with your integrity and yourself. Okay. And how you do that is through just making a list of all your accomplishments throughout your life. Okay. And then matching that to see if what it is you want to do really match who you are. Right. Right. Because so many of us, we fall into doing things and it then becomes a chore. Gotcha. It becomes laborious. You have no more fun. No life is in it. Right. And so
time to make the donuts. Time to go home. Time to make the donuts. Time to go home.
That's right. Actually, I work for Dunkin' Donuts. Oh. Yes, in my younger days, time to make the donuts.
Yeah,
but that's really
so
funny.
Many people, it's so interesting because so many people are out there in that age group, in our age group, they haven't retired yet for financial reasons or whatever, or they just love their job, or the job is just great. Why do they need to retire?
Exactly.
And so, but there's a lot of people who are doing it because they have to do it or whatever.
They still have to do it because
but they're not passionate about it.
No passion.
That's the existing part. When I talk about, are we living on our dash or are we existing with our dash? And so,
that's right. So now for the rest of my dash, I want to share what I've been passionate about, what I've enjoyed for so long. Yeah. And it is just marvelous to be in this body.
Yes, baby.
It is so marvelous to be in this body. And I want people to remember how wonderful it is. Yeah. Just because you're getting older does not mean that you've got to be in pain. You've got to slow down. You have a choice. Yeah. Honoring that you're getting older. Right. That it just is. So or nervous system slows down, big deal.
Okay.
We do the best we can
Right.
with what we have. We
Right.
don't have to stop. We just have to keep moving.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
And you can move with grace. Yes. Not with pain.
No.
I mean, I shouldn't say pain is, now Buddha says that pain is inevitable, suffering is a choice. Yes.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So therefore, we can move with grace. It's like, oh, I'm a little slow today, folks. And I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting there. So that's what I hope to share.
Okay.
That longevity of resilience, of love for life.
Okay.
Just wanting to get through that.
I love it.
So sharing how I do things with my fellow massage therapists, sharing with the general public, that it is totally okay.
Right.
They are the masters
Right.
of their bodies. They are in control.
Gotcha.
That's also what the C is about. Getting clarity that you have the control of your life.
Did you do all the letters?
Oh, okay, C-A. Okay. So that's what I'm getting to.
Right.
So you've got the control. So now you've got the L, learn and leverage, which is to,
I like that.
that is knowing and understanding your inner strengths and using it to the best of your ability. Initially, when we're born, we're told, that's the C, we're born, we're told who we are in the L part. So we learn who we are from our parents or schools or community, etc.
Right.
And then at some point it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
It's like you've got those midlife crises. Young people nowadays, they have those crises just right out of high school.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yes.
They bypass the midlife part. Anyway.
Yes.
So it's about learning and leveraging who you are, what you've learned through your accomplishments throughout your life, and then just going, okay, do I want to continue on that trajectory, or do I want to change?
Yeah.
And if I want to change, what do I need to go on this journey? Just like me right now, I am doing a shift after doing all that massage that I've been doing, and I'm doing a shift. It's like, what do I need?
Right.
Oh, I need a speaking coach.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, to get to that.
And so once you've decided clarity on your goals, does it align? Does it align with who you are? Yes. Okay, I've learned what I do now.
Right.
Now I've got to take those small steps that would build momentum.
Yes. I love it.
Yes. Those movement, clarity, alignment, learn and leverage, movement to momentum.
Moving into momentum. I love that.
Yes. So that's the calm, and I believe that acronym alone will set you up mentally and emotionally to make the shift you need.
Right.
Calmly.
Yes. So I love that. So then my question to you is, and this is the last question I like to propose to all of my people that I'm interviewing for this 60 plus making the dash count. Now, first of all, I'll give you an opportunity to share how people can contact you, but I can put that on the end. But my question to everyone is, how are you making your dash count as healthy and as happy as you can? As healthy and happy as you can. How are you doing that?
How am I doing that? I'm continuing to practice self-care.
Okay.
Yes, self-care has been the number one thing for me.
Okay.
On this journey. If I did not take care of myself, I wouldn't be able to last 40 years doing what I do.
Yeah.
As I said, the average of a massage therapist's life is 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So during this time, I've learned to see the chiropractor, see my annual doctor, see acupuncturist, go to get flotation therapy, go to get salt therapy. I've done so many things.
Right.
But guess what? Before, I was doing it with the intention to have longevity for my clients.
Right.
I am doing it now for me.
Longevity. You're making your dash count, baby.
For
Yes.
me, for
You're
me,
making your
for
dash
me.
count.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
I love it.
longevity for
I
me,
love
and
it.
to have a
I
full
love
life
it.
and to be able to share this as fun and
Yeah.
as lightheartedly as
Right.
possible,
That's good.
and
That's
to
good,
just
Sharon.
live a very full
I love
rest of
it.
my life.
I love it. Okay, so you're going to get the information of how to find Sharon if you want her to come out and do speaking at something that you're holding. I don't know whether or not she's still doing massages. You're going to have to pay her because you fly her out, whatever. Because I can tell you for a fact she's excellent. After 40 years of doing this, she is excellent at her craft. She knows her stuff. We had a function before, and Sharon said, I'm going to come, because she would always come and everyone would be requesting her to do massages. And she says, but I just want to come and enjoy it. I'm not going to do anything. So I had this young lady, someone recommended, and I said, well, she could bring her chair. She didn't come out with the whole table like you, right?
Yes.
And so she brought her chair, and you came, and you were watching her, and you were giving her instructions, and she was so happy that she had a mentor while she was there doing it. And then the next thing I looked over before we left, she was in the chair, and you were massaging her, giving her tips, and I thought, this chick is really serious about this. And
Yes.
I love that about you.
Yes.
Absolutely. Your craft is your passion. You love it, and now you want to share it with others.
Yes.
And I think that is fabulous.
I absolutely love what I do. I absolutely love what I do.
Thank you, Sharon.
And so, yes, to get in touch with me, you can go to www.azuretouch.com. That's AZURETOUCH.com.
Okay.
And my life is out there for you to see.
Sounds good.
And you can also follow me on the social media. I'm learning to, I'm learning that slowly.
Yes, yes.
But you know, I put out some tips on how you can have a healthier, enjoyable life in your body. And I hope to do more of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. That was excellent. Thank you, lovely.
Oh, yes.
Something else?
Something else. Something else.
Yes.
After over 30 years, you cannot reach me on my 800 number anymore.
Okay.
I have graduated to the 21st century, and I have a cell phone.
Okay, so you that number.
So yes, the number is now 224-300-1624.
Okay.
That's 224-300-1624.
All right. All
Yes.
right. All right. So if you want this fabulous, exciting, with tons of experience to come out and show you or your people how to be better masseuse and therapists, she is the person at 40 years of experience, and she's excellent. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Wanda.
Love.